Is everything in place?
Hi everyone, this is Player 1, and today we'll be talking about Deus Ex Human Revolution. With mankind around the corner, I thought it would be a good idea to look back a bit. If you are familiar with the Deus Ex universe, it's helpful to know that this is a prequel to the old games. Human Revolution takes place in the not too distant future 2027. Corporations have slowly been amassing more and more power after years of war. Corporations like Seraph Industries are dividing the opinions of people all around the world with the development of augmentations. These augmentations come with a caveat, the dependence of a drug called neuropozyne, to maintain the augmentations from being rejected by your body. You play as Adam Jensen, the security chief of Seraph Industries. Jensen's former love interest, Megan Reed, recommends Jensen for the position. She's on the verge of a breakthrough which she believes will unlock the full human potential when a group of mercenaries attack and kidnap her while leaving you for dead in the process. 6 months later, you return to work after having been significantly augmented with new hands, arms, legs, eyes, and lungs, which you supposedly need to survive the attack. You are told Megan and the rest of the scientists taken are dead and are soon swept up into a global conspiracy involving the interests of several different powerful organizations with opposing views on the future of humanity. The story of the game is interesting. Although significantly linear, it keeps you wanting to progress forward in order to find out what is really going on. However, although some cool ideas are used, few are fully developed. There is also very little character development throughout the story. Jensen was a badass when you started playing and remained that way. Your boss for the most part was a selfish jerk, and guess what? Still the same at the end. Although it is better than most shooters, don't expect an incredibly compelling or deep story found in games like Metal Gear. The pacing is great. There are hubs which serve as open urban areas you return to after missions where you can explore. Although there are just a few compared to the similar action RPG games like Mass Effect, I highly recommend that you take on as many side missions as you can, as they are fun and often just as interesting and rewarding as the main missions, as they are devoid of typical fillers fetch quests, as seen in other RPGs. Now let's talk about gameplay. You may have heard that you can choose the stealth or all-out assault and either is viable. Let me just tell you now, this is not true. Yes, you can go in gun blazings and kill everyone, but you will quickly realize that the developers did not intend for the game to be played in this manner. First off, the cover system is wonky. You have to actively hold down the cover button to remain in cover, and it is far too easy to pop out by mistake and get spotted by an enemy when you are just trying to peer around the corner. The weapons are fun to use, but this is not a shooter. You soon find that a well-placed shot with an upgraded silence pistol can literally get you through the entire game, save the boss battles, better than other weapons. However, the most effective way to play is as a stealthy hooligan manually knocking out enemies as they round the corner. Not just is this the most effective method, but the experience gain is significantly higher. You can earn up to 50 points for a single takedown, while a kill with a weapon will net you only 10 points. That's right, you heard me, 10 points. These experience points are crucial as you become addicted to leveling up and unlocking new augments, and I guarantee you will. Here's where the game truly shines. Almost every augment you unlock has a significant impact on the game. For example, if you upgrade your legs, you can jump higher, which allows you to reach locations you couldn't reach otherwise. Or you can make it so you don't receive damage from a fall of any height. This allows you to find secret pathways which net you extra XP points and even allow you to quickly bypass the running around you may need to do for certain quests or in certain locations. These augments are unlocked with practice kits you receive from missions, buy from Lin clinics, and receive after every 5,000 XP points you get. Traversing the missions is interesting as you find the secret pathways through air ducts, breakable walls, or unlocked doors. These doors are opened through hacking, which is another major component of the Human Revolution. You'll be doing a lot of hacking. You can hack doors, terminals, and alarms, and not only do they net you extra XP, but they can also prove to help you out when you're trying to get around an obstacle. It's not too difficult to get the hang of it, but you will want to waste your practice kits on upgrading the different facets of hacking early on, otherwise you will find yourself in a tough spot mid-game. There is also a basic conversation function within the game, but don't expect much depth from it, especially if you get the personality augment, which allows you to easily know which answer is best for whatever you're trying to accomplish. Most conversations are just a way for you to get more detail about a mission. One drawback which has to be mentioned are the boss fights. The few that take place are not good. They were improved in the director's cut of the game, but overall they still remain distinctly different compared to the rest of the game. So if you're going for a stealth, non-lethal gameplay, using just a stun gun and silenced 10mm pistol, which is perfectly viable throughout most of the game, just know that the boss fights will be tough, as they explicitly require you to go Rambo style, especially the first one. As far as presentation is concerned, the game looks great. For its time, it really shined as a cyberpunk lover's dream. There are plenty of hidden Easter eggs you can find relating to pop culture and previous Deus Ex games and the world you are playing. There is a golden tint to the game which you have to get accustomed to, but it may or may not bother you. The character models are great, save a few minor glitches. Nothing really took me out of the game, except the fact that you can kill a civilian or an entire police station and then be okay once you're outside. The menus are decently easy to navigate, although the inventory is a pain to juggle. It is similar to Resident Evil 4, in which you can play Tetris with items to make them fit in a sort of storage case. The real letdown is that the better weapons take a lot of storage, too much storage. This may be okay for most people, as you don't get access to those stronger weapons until later in the game, after you have already upgraded your main arsenal, making them more or less useless. The load times are serious, so just be patient. They are better if you install the game or if you get it on PC, but they're still present. The music in the game fits the atmosphere perfectly, although I would have preferred a little bit more variety. Cinematics are cool and relevant to the overall game, although there are few compared to the many in-game dialogue scenes which take place. There is enough content here to keep you entertained for a while, especially if you take on the side missions and read through emails and messages you find that really flesh out the world. Although there is some replayability, involving taking different routes in missions or choosing to go stealth or all aggressive, you will see most of the content the first time around. Frankly, your choices have very little if any consequence on the overall story, as it basically boils down to one final choice. But that doesn't mean it's not enjoyable, and there is still some choice left in how you approach certain missions and what augments you want. Just know if you go in a different direction than what the developers intended, you will definitely feel like you're swimming against the current. Alright, so what's the verdict? Well, we think it's a very good game, just shy of being a great game. We give it a 7.5. It's something most people should experience, but that can get repetitive, especially in reference to the environments. We would have liked to see a deeper story and character development so that the weight of the plot could have carried more meaning. However, it does offer a very fun experience worthy of your attention, and introduces those new to the Deus Ex universe to a unique, very plausible future world riddled with ethical puzzles and moral ambiguity for those in the search of human evolution. Okay, if you have any suggestions or comments, please leave them below, and feel free to like the video and subscribe if you enjoy the review. And if you don't, let me know how I can improve it for next time. Thanks for watching, and hope to hear from you all soon.